sort of deadpan, and he's sort of the typical protagonist with quippy little jokes, but it's sort of just serious as well.